Hey guys, Zach and Rob here once again to bring you another exciting video
on how to get
why
you should get the PlayStation Vita.
Alright, let's go on our topic. Alright.
Okay. Serious time.
Alright, first of all, the PlayStation Vita. Sony has come a long way with portables. Starting with the PSP all the way up to the PS Vita. Tell me, Rob, did they make any drastic changes
for the PlayStation Vita?
Yes.
Compared to the original PSP 300? I mean 3000? Yes, big improvements. Now, instead of having one analog stick, you have two.
Finally.
Thank God.
We finally got two.
It gets kind of weird playing with one analog stick.
Games weren't that great on them.
Although they still don't have an R2 or L2 button, but you know, it's whatever.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice, but it wouldn't look as slim and.
Starting with the hardware itself and all that. The Vita, I tried it out at GameStop like just this weekend. That thing is friggin' light. Like, I was actually very surprised. I picked that up, well, waited in line, then picked it up. I was like, wow, this is like really light. You can easily try that. Well, alright. It's super light. The analog sticks, they are good. Although they don't go out as much as they do on PS3 controllers, but they're still really good. The X, square, triangle, circle, they're pretty nice. They're smaller than the ones on the controller. They're much smaller, but they work great as well. Now the D-pad, a lot of people didn't like previous PSPs because they didn't
feel the game.
They didn't hear the clicking sound to them, and they were like, well, am I actually doing it or whatever? And well, I tried it out at GameStop. It definitely has the clicking on there, and it has a much bigger screen than previous PSPs. It does. How about that? Anyway, off topic.
Hey guys, I gotta play with my shoe.
Okay. The games I did try Uncharted. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. Controls work fine. The touching screen, especially when you're at home, there's a lot of options like near. Cross game chat. You can.
Oh hell yeah! Well, I don't get that though.
Demos.
Personally, I don't get that.
Because
why? Tell me, Zach. Why didn't they come out with the portable system for Sony PlayStation Vita with cross game chat when us fans on the actual console, the PlayStation 3, would love to see that?
Because when the PS3 came out, they decided to go a different way. They wanted 200. Like, you know how Xboxes with like
RAM and all that shit?
Yeah, RAM, like 600 and something space for like video and gaming or whatever. Well, for PS3 they actually split that for the PS3. They went from, for gaming it was like 256 of RAM, and on video side it's 256. With that 256, they added a whole bunch of new features. However, they don't have enough room to put cross-game chat, which it's really no big deal. It's actually pretty badass on the
so it's like the only downfall of having a PlayStation. That's it.
Touchscreen works fine.
How's the sensitivity? Like the motion?
It's actually pretty damn good. Like I played that one. I think it was like I can't remember the game, but you had to use the back part to like roll the ball or whatever. And that actually responded quite well. Battery life, however, it will last you, for gaming wise, it will last you about a good 5 to 6 hours. They say that's like that is kind of like on par with the original PSPs, but it's far less than the 3DS. User interface. You got apps. Like you can like go on Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And they also have a new thing called Welcome Park. What that allows you to do is that it's actually a tutorial on how to like use the touchscreen and like the controls so that way you get used to it for when you're gaming, which is very helpful.
What it says here, that it says to show off new users what the Vita can do, Sony is including Welcome Park is in every bundle. This series of mini games is designed to highlight every facet of the system. Yeah, okay.
Now, when it comes to cameras, there's 2 cameras. What I've heard is that they're not the greatest, but there really aren't that great on handhelds anyway. So that's really not a big factor. What else is there? Oh yes, I wanted to mention something about sales. A lot of people.
Oh yeah, this story.
A lot of people are complaining about whether or not to get the PS Vita because of how bad the sales are doing in Japan. Well, may I remind you, one, Japan is, well, actually, first of all, before I say anything, they're worried that it's not going to sell well in the United States, which I doubt it will sell. It will sell big. It won't sell, like, you know. But the reason why is because Japan is not even the size of California. Come on now, guys. And plus, like, the reason why it's not selling well in Japan is because Japan is mostly a Nintendo country.
That's not the whole reason.
No, not the whole reason, but it's a big factor.
Personally,
Japan it's definitely a Nintendo one for the biggest one. Sony's kind of close, but Nintendo's definitely higher. But
yeah.
Sorry, you said?
Yeah. Well, also if you think about it, you know the crisis that happened in Japan in the past year with the nuclear plant going wrong.
They're still recovering from that.
Yeah, they're still recovering from that. So what makes them like?
What makes you say that
real.
they can spend $250?
If they have to spend a shitload of money
on a
repairing
handheld where they have to replace some of their homes still and all that.
Some of their homes and replace everything like that. Like, I don't think right now they can really afford to buy
a PS Vita.
Yeah, a PS Vita because they're busy working on their house or something, whatever. But I'm sure if they were perfectly fine and weren't Nintendo fans, I'm sure this thing will sell like
that. David,
like God.
Like yes, this game is the ultimate handheld. The reason why it's not selling because, like I said, Japan is a Nintendo company, and they will buy anything Nintendo. They buy anything Nintendo. Sure, it sold well on the first week, so it's declining each and every week. Yeah. They're like still working on replacing homes and stuff, and then I have no doubt in my mind that it's gonna like boom, like explode in the United States. It's a lot of people want it, and another thing.
The PSP sold pretty well too.
Yes, another thing about the PS Vita is the pricing. I gotta say to you guys that it's not for what you're getting. I don't think it's real. I think it's quite reasonable, to be honest with you. I mean, I gotta say one thing. Sony definitely should have added like at least a 4 gig memory card with it.
Yeah, that's the only downfall.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only downfall with that. And I mean, but you're gonna mostly need games for memory and all that.
You know, Sony being awesome, since they probably completely just realized that they should have. They're probably gonna come out with like a approved version, like you know how they had a PSP 2000, but then they wanted to improve it to make it slimmer and put a mic on it, and they made a PS3 3000. They're probably gonna do this with the Vita, because you know that's what's awesome about Sony. Like if they notice they messed up on something, they come out with another version of the same thing and improved. And you're not getting screwed over. It's the same price and everything. Another thing
about what people complain about is the memory card prices. I gotta say, let's say, for a 32 gig and a 16 gig, it is a bit expensive, with a 16 gig being $60 and 32 gig being $100. But all you really probably need is 8 gigs for $30. I mean, and plus, the games aren't that expensive either. Like the games range from 30 to 50, and they're good games, and they have great functionality with the touchscreen and everything. Anything you'd like to add?
Like Are they gonna have a built-in mic to the PlayStation Vita to talk to your friends cross game chat? Or you have to buy like a Bluetooth?
I'll be honest. I'm not really sure about that one, but I think they probably are. But that's not a confirmation from them.
Oh shit!
I'm sure.
Another thing too is the PlayStation Vita has a camera on it.
Already discussed that.
That's badass.
There's one on the front and there's one on the back.
Oh, that's
like
badass.
I said, the resolution isn't that great, but like any handheld, it's never is.
Well, yeah, there's nothing here about like mic, so you're probably gonna have to buy a headset, or if you have a simple Bluetooth. If the PlayStation Vita does have the option, just go to your settings and go to assess Bluetooth management or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just put a Bluetooth on it. And Bluetooth you can get like for $5 at the dollar store. The password's always 000.
Another reason why you got to get a Vita is they have a great launch lineup. They really do. They got.
Excuse me,
yep, no problem. They got Little Defiance. They got Uncharted. They got Wipeout. They got Mod Nation Racers, and all these types of games, and they're very good actually. I tried Uncharted, Wipeout. They're pretty damn good. But games range from $30 to $50. The only downside for the Vita is the battery life kinda, but that's not really a big factor for me. I'm sure it isn't for anyone else. And another reason, another downfall is probably the lack of memory card, including with the PS Vita on launch. But they have included a bundle for like $300, I believe, for a PS Vita 3G model with AT&T, what you don't need any contract for. But yeah, that's like my only downfall. Like no memory card included, which is kind of a big downfall. But it's not that expensive. All you need is 8 gigs, because it's not like games are going to be like 1 gig each.
Well, could be. Well, I don't think it will.
Nah, they won't, dude. I guarantee you they won't.
They do have PlayStation Store, but they can be a 1.2 gig on PlayStation Store. It takes up the download.
Yeah, and you
go to GameStop and it's not even that much.
They get apps. They actually have cross game chat.
That's badass.
They got the store, of course, and
well, their launch games are coming out. I think they're all going to be good.
Yeah, I think there's like I think maybe around 10 to.
You tell how it's not USB? No, UMD.
What do you mean?
It's a chip.
Oh yeah, it's a chip for a game. For the game, it's a chip. Same with the memory card. Pretty badass. I don't know if you can I don't know if you can kind of put a regular PSP memory card in there or not, but yeah, my friend said you might be able to, but I'm not sure. But there's a lot of other games that are coming out in the next few months, like Resistance, Killzone, I think Killzone, and a lot of other great titles.
So is that it? Sure.
Yes. Are you ready to give it a final grade? Yeah. Well, for Game Informer,
they gave it an A-.
They gave it an A-. If you could please, if you see that, I hope you do. But I gotta admit,
I give it an A+. Just
I gotta say
A+ just with the only downfall is there's no memory card.
I would get I don't give it A+, but I give it possibly an A. Pretty damn close to an A-. The only downfall, pretty much battery life and the camera.
Yeah,
but
February 22nd.
February 22nd.
Yep.
Please show Sony support and buy it. Please show.
I'll say it like you say.
Please show the people that U.S. has a lot of interest in PS Vita.
Thank you for watching the video, guys.
Again, Japan is mostly a Nintendo country. Of course, it's not going to probably sell that well. That's probably one of the big mistakes Sony did with marketing.
I think they get it.
Okay, sorry.
So like and
subscribe. Thank
Robert
you.
is back out.
And we'll create our next video shortly. Thank you.